You're listening to All News Radio 680 News. On the first day of the third provincial-wide lockdown, we received
you just missed the shooting story. I'll leave it for a minute. I'll let them tell you.
Fitzpatrick tells us Ontario reported over
it's good. It's not the best, craziest, but it's a Toronto type of story. Oh yeah, there's a shooting.
7 kilometers, 67 calories burned.
There's a shooting, and
a total of 39 deaths related to the virus were also reported. Now, effective
so I paid 10 cents eco fee, which apparently charges tax too. Cocksuckers. $7.03. I paid $7.05. You cocksuckers. If you had put that 10 cents on there, it would have been $7.02. Damn it. What? We get batteries.
Which is where we are now. And I really don't think we have to be.
I waited a year to buy those. I pulled 200 of them out of the fucking gutter.
A spokesperson for Health Minister Christine Elliott says, as we continue to vaccinate more Ontarians, the end isn't in sight. But right now, these necessary measures will help to stop the spread of variants in our communities, protect capacity in our healthcare system, and save lives. I'm Madison Fitzpatrick. And Ken has now, pardon me.
Oh dear, what'd you do?
Recorded more than 1 million cases
Just
of
remember,
COVID-19.
New Year's, this bitch was drunk and the other one was getting a pussy eat out on the air.
British Columbia reported 2,090 new infections. Canada's been recording about 100,000 new cases every 3 to 4 weeks, surging past the 900,000 mark on March 13th. Case counts have begun rising in several provinces, prompting officials to impose new public health restrictions in a bid to contain the third wave. Jerry Smith, the Canadian Press.
Health Canada is urging Canadians
plus tax plus 10 cents eco fee plus tax. How do you charge tax on a fee?
Preliminary studies showed inhaling graphene can cause lung problems in animals.
ECOFE.
However,
Whoa!
the likelihood of people inhaling graphene particles from face masks and the related health risks are not yet known. The agency is taking precautionary measures.
You think plastic is bad? Plastic infiltrate is bad? Graphene, motherfucker, you're not getting rid of that. Your body doesn't know how to get rid of that.
Contact a doctor.
You're listening to 680 News. The Ontario Hospital Association says it welcomes the province-wide shutdown, but more needs to be done. As 680's Michelle Morton tells us, ICUs are quickly approaching max capacity, with 447 people currently hospitalized with COVID-19.
President Anthony Dale says the province needs to move away from mass vaccination sites and mobilize vaccines instead.
Offer the vaccine to them person to person, have people who can communicate in all the languages that we know are in the Greater Toronto area in a position to answer their questions,
300.
Deal with people who may be afraid of the vaccine because they shouldn't be. It's a miracle of modern science, and it will ultimately be the way.
So's the electric chair and lethal
Dale
injection.
is pleading with every Ontario resident to
45 caliber round, the 9mm hollow point. Those are all miracles of modern medicine.
The next several weeks, which
Depending how
I
you look at
assure
it.
you will shock you.
What do you mean shock?
We are preparing for a worst case scenario.
So remember, yesterday I put my number at 2,900. We got 3,089.
So that means physicians
It
in
was a
particular
radio contest I would have
potentially
won.
facing choices that
And I didn't
physicians
consider
never
to
have
get put in
make.
2 entries for 2 days in a row, but the second one was 3,009. I won 2 days in a row with that one. But then,
I'm Michelle
did
Morton.
you guess higher than 2,900 and lower than 3,089?
You're listening to 680
That was pretty.
News.
That was a little odd how close I got it, eh? Because the day before it was 2,000.
Julia Rumley reports.
They weren't expecting
Food being
3,000.
collected at
I
the
was.
drive-thru will stay in the Toronto area. It's then sorted and given to about
Oh
170
shit!
programs throughout the city.
Food bank.
Daily
drive-thru.
Bread Food Bank CEO Neil
bank,
Hetherington tells 680 News that if you can't make a food donation, then financial
Make a money
donations are
donation.
also
Fuck
welcome.
off.
We purchase
Spend all my
food
money on
in a
food.
bulk fashion, and that allows us to get that food out even more quickly.
He says the
And
root
do those
cause of
glass
food
cups
insecurity
and
is poverty.
Well, what is the root cause of poverty? And then to that, there are many different answers.
Dick Evil, I'd blame you, but
issues
that'd be another conversation that'd be having with myself.
of how the economy distributes wealth.
Due to the pandemic,
The
this
economy
event is
doesn't distribute
constituting
wealth.
a
What made you think the
annual
economy's
spring public
purpose was to
food store
distribute
activities,
wealth,
which would
bro?
typically see hundreds of volunteers sorting and packing food donations. I'm Julia
Someone explain
Rumley.
what this piece of
Organ
paper is for.
transplant recipients are now able to roll up their sleeves for the COVID-19 vaccine. And this includes an Aurora father of 2 who dreams of being able to go to a Blue Jays game one day soon. 680's Phil Martino with more.
57-year-old heart transplant recipient Steve
Mitchell rolled up his sleeve for the Pfizer shot at Toronto General Hospital this week. He says it was very important for him to get immunized as soon as possible.
Transplant patients are among the most vulnerable to diseases, and something like COVID would be devastating and most likely fatal.
Mitchell says the last year has been hard and he would like to return to some kind of normalcy, like being able to see his kids again.
So I haven't so much as even given them a hug in the last year, only seen them at a distance. I'd like to go to a Blue Jay game sooner or later.
Mitchell says he's also glad that the Canadian Transplant Association has successfully lobbied for immunocompromised people to get their second shots in a shorter amount of time. I'm Phil Martino.
Oh, wow. So you're not going to purposely kill us off. Wow. We're so grateful that you're not going to purposely kill us off. Hey, all you immunocompromised people, come here at the same time to our store.
Country, we wish your old mattress well, but after thousands of sleeps, bedtime stories, and peaceful mornings, it's time for your mattress to officially retire. It's done so much for you.
2 minutes on schedule.
More comfort and support. It's time to make a switch. Until Tuesday only, get a King's Down Queen mattress with support where you need it most. On sale for only $5.49. At the time to switch event on now at Sleep Country. Sleep well, stay well. Sleep Country.
Now, the 680 News gas price update. Enbro says the price will hold at midnight, staying at $1.26.9 a liter at most GTA stations. Traffic and weather together next. 680 News Time, 9:10. If you had an electrical hazard in your home, wouldn't you want to know about it? Bernie Home Safe invites you to a free 60-minute webinar on April 14th at 7 p.m. Learn about hidden electrical hazards, electrical fire
as opposed to
safety,
the ones
not in tube and
you
aluminum
can see with your eye.
Advice for electrical do-it-yourselfers. If you're a homeowner, home renovator.
It's a terrific spectacle. It succeeds on its own terms. Obviously, I'd say, catch it on a big screen if you can. It is made for theaters, but as dumb as it was, and it is dumb, like I say, the story is ludicrous, and every half hour or so they throw something new in, a new twist that made me go, well, okay, I guess we're doing this now. All right. It makes no sense. It's insane, but everything else is, so let's go for it. And there's one right near the end that I laughed out loud, and I said, this is beyond ridiculous, even for Godzilla versus King Kong.
Oh, is this what we're talking about?
I guess that there's some history
Yeah,
to it
all
or
your
something like
opinions
that.
just went right up out of the air, dog. This is sort of silly, and they're doing. What did you expect from Godzilla versus King Kong?
Not much. It's actually lightly troubled out there, but we do have a problem.
The Shakespearean
the ramp
reference
from
is a
eastbound
little
Highway
dry
7
and
onto the
dated.
southbound
Otherwise, it's
427.
okay.
That ramp is shut down all because of a collision. It's rolled over a tractor trailer as well. And long-term construction has closed the ramp from northbound Jane onto the northbound 400. That's supposed to reopen in November of this year. Right now, all the major highways are in very good shape. I haven't spotted any collisions or delays. Keep in mind, of course, Dixon Road.
What's all this empty space at the top of the jar for? I got all these questions.
Between Kenmore and Riverview Heights, it's all because of an ongoing police investigation.
Riverview
Westbound
Heights.
St. Clair approaching down to a single lane for construction.
Jane and Finch, of course, has been officially renamed since 2013 or 14 as University Heights. You all know University Heights. So you hear that name all the time. Oh, that's Jane and Finch. You didn't know? Yeah, you never.
1.37 kilometers, 68 calories burned.
921. And right now,
You've never heard those
the
words
forecast
before.
with Jason Fraser.
Lots of cloud cover is expected for the rest of the evening. We could even see just a slight chance for another round of some rain showers. Our low temperature tonight will be around 1 degree. After midnight, we're expecting to clear out and see mostly sunny skies throughout the GTA tomorrow.
Just leave it running.
Temperature
It'll
will
keep
be
running
around
correctly.
15 degrees.
Later.
Again, we're expecting to see clear skies tomorrow night with a low right around
Turn
1
it off.
degree.
It takes 3 days to get running again.
1 degree.
Overcast and 5 degrees right now in downtown Toronto, and the same conditions over at Pearson Airport.
The mummies of ancient Egypt are rising again in a gala parade that snakes along the Nile River.
You're making light of the situation. You're going to lose your nose or some shit.
Cairo will get a once-in-a-lifetime
Oh, yeah, 17 whales were born.
Egypt's
Right, you can hear that, too.
rulers. And the multi-billion-dollar parade, the country's 22 mummies, including 18 kings and queens, will be moving from the historic Museum of Egyptian Antiquities to their new home 3 miles away.
Mummies make us, and this is where they made the mummies.
I'm Mama Hassan at the ABC News Foreign Desk in London. Still to come on 680 News, a look at your top stories in sports.
680 News Time, 9:13.
At Gomez, we focus on
And they're going to take the Pharaoh-mobile to get there. The Pharaoh-mobile. You can't make this stuff up. Customized vehicles covered in Egyptian symbols, but you guys don't know for sure what those symbols mean. You might be disrespecting them even worse. But you could have just given us a normal ride like you would have. No, you put these graphics on, you're making fun of us. You're going to lose like your nose or something.
Hi, I'm Trisha from Area Rock Shop.
We're all super about the stinks right now, so nose is Eco-feet, cocksucker.
If you haven't discovered Area Rock Shop yet, we are.
And that's where people get the idea of throwing it in the lake is somehow, oh, well, I paid for it. Hardly. They think their income tax has something to do with the budget. They refuse to believe there's no connection between the two. And I'm not explaining that one right now. I've explained it a hundred times.
Visit us online at arearoadshop.ca.
Ow, damn it.
Number 1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
It's 5 degrees and overcast in downtown Toronto. Good evening. I'm Michelle Williams.
And I'm Veronica Thor. Here are the top stories this hour.
A shooting near Royal York in the Westway in Etobicoke has left one man dead and another in hospital with serious injuries. It happened just before 6 tonight at Talon Road and Treehorn Drive. Police have yet to release any detailed suspect information.
Talon Road.
But they say 2 men were seen fleeing the area after the shooting.
Is that by chance where Talon Retail Strategies is? Or is that a different coincidence?
Over 3,000. The opposition is criticizing the Ford government's decision to shut down the entire province. That shutdown went into effect today and will last for at least 28 days. The Ontario Hospital Association is also among those speaking out, saying more needs to be done.
5 cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed at a restaurant.
If I was an industrial
York
robot,
Region
you'd be
Public
giving
Health
me
says
maintenance
these
right
closures
now.
happened among staff at Cafe Landwehr near Bathurst and Rutherford. 2 of the
It's
cases
elbow
are
hinge.
confirmed
The pin is
variants of
loose.
concern.
For these
Tighten it.
stories and so
Tighten
much
it.
more,
Ow.
head over to 680news.com.
680 News Time, 9:15.
I got 16.
Now 680 Sports from Sportsnet
I'll
590
sit
The
down
Fan.
and remember
Here's
something.
Colin Teskey.
Start with March Madness, one team. Probably 10 or 12 times throughout the movie, I said out loud, "You deserve to die" to one of the human characters. I was moving something ridiculous, like, getting within half a mile of any of either one of these things. It's just insane. It's like, why are you there? Why don't you turn around and run away as fast as you can?
Also worth noting that there was nothing during the credits. There was nothing after the credits. Or was there anything during the credits?
You wait. That's what you're critiquing.
Awesome
At the end of the movie, they didn't have anything funny during the
A
credits.
needle drop?
That's because the whole movie was the bloopers and outtakes.
I think I turned it off.
Playing there, Ben.
I think I turned it off.
Oh, you turned it off too soon?
Or maybe I just didn't
no,
notice.
no.
No, I must have noticed because I waited until the end. But I clearly just wasn't paying attention. So, pardon me. So I don't know what the plans are for the future of the MonsterVerse, but it looks like they are still talking about doing more of these movies. But if they were to wrap it at this, I would be, I think, okay with no more MonsterVerse movies. Because
The next one's going to be Chernobyl versus Fukushima.
I would stay pat right now, too.
all right, so Jeff gives it 3 couch cushions out of 5. I give it 4 couch cushions out of 5. Godzilla versus Kong.
I'm a cheap
It's
bastard.
$25 for the rental. We got to watch it through a screener. Thank you very much, Warner Brothers, for that. But I would pay
You
the 25 bucks
motherfucker.
to rent this because if I were to go to a movie theater, I would be
Rent.
spending $25
Where are you gonna
on my
rent the
movie
movie?
ticket.
Okay, so we're out of here because you're so out of touch.
Point credits. Some conditions apply. This for license 12616.
More time outside, more time with family. And who knows, maybe time with more of the family. This is what we need. David Jones here from Hire the Gardener. The
Do you
last
have a
thing you need
locker?
right now is a list of chores. Just hire the gardener. We do it, you enjoy it. Call us once and we'll keep your yard looking Zoom call picture perfect all season. Go to hirethegardener.com. That's
You take one good photo of my yard? And then after that, you can let it go to hell.
Taiwanese prosecutors are seeking the arrest of a truck driver after the country's
How do you
worst
escape
rail
in
disaster
Taiwan
in
from the
decades
authorities?
left 50 people
Like,
dead.
seriously.
Relatives of the victims of the fatal crash visited the site and paid tribute to their loved ones in improvised ceremonies. The train was carrying 494 people at the start of a long holiday weekend on Friday when it smashed into the construction truck. The truck's emergency brake was not properly engaged. Among those killed was a U.S. citizen and another is reported missing. I'm Sarah Bassett. You're listening to All News Radio 680 News. If you work in the arts and entertainment industry, there's been a huge lack of work since the pandemic hit. 680's Kelly Turner says, according to a new survey, many...
We have like 13 minutes. The shooting, it's not the funniest story, but it's a typical Toronto story. And since they're about to repeat it, I'll let them. I love how they always phrase it. There's two men were seen running from the scene. Yeah, but I'm sure you saw lots of people running because there were gunshots going off. I wonder how many times it's been reported that somebody got seen running from the scene, and it was just random ass people running for their lives, nothing to do with the crime that they claim to be investigating. Stick this now. You can go right somewhere. They didn't make quite the clean getaway. They're still looking for them. No details, but two men were seen running from the scene, but there's no details. I love how the police work in this city. Tomorrow, the next day, 3 days from now, they'll tell us who they're looking for. Oh, that's helpful. That's helpful. Long after you may have seen something useful, and they'll tell you about it. Right there. Things are going to fall from it. Well, this is impressive. Please. Oh, that's the fan. That's the 8-inch fan. Oh.
I'm the realest, the hottest in the city, regardless of what city I'm in. Getting paid for my rhymes, like proceeds of crime. When I flow, it's divine. Let me show you how to shine.
Get a better internet connection if you're going to do this. Every time I look up at the screen, you're going to shit your pants dumping. Wow, so creative, bro. So creative. So creative. For a child molester, you're so creative. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up, Doug. Keep it up. And whatever you're doing to fuck with my TV is nothing compared to the fact that I'm about to smoke that, bro. You can't ruin my day, bro. You can't. You've been trying for 2 fucking years. You fucking flip the fuck out every time. You're not figuring out. You can't shake me, bro. You're gonna fucking die.
So we guard like, but we not like by God. All my dogs know there's no days off. How much do you want? How much That's what it costs. They say it hurts less if you rip the band-aid off. My life moves too fast. Tell me how to hit bars. All I know is gas. How he be the spark. Fuck to set it off. Been a blast. I got hard times in the rear view. Something in the deck I cannot do. I got hard times in the rear view. Something in the deck I cannot do.
Ignition, explosion. The whole fucking world's gonna get frozen.
Hard life.
It's like a peanut butter and podcast in the Range Rover.
Hard times. Something in the deck I cannot do. Hard life. Me too. Don't worry, I got something in the deck we can not do. I got something in the deck we can not do. I got something in the deck we can not do.
So I already tell this Chomo's gonna be mad. I wasn't online all day. This Chomo's gonna be fucking mad. He's gonna bother us every 20 minutes all fucking night. How sad is it that I can fucking psychologically profile this piece of shit over his activities on the internet? That's pathetic. He fancies himself a hacker and a head shrinker. He's neither.
I'll wait here for a while, I guess. I ain't perfect, but I try my best. Yeah, we tired, it's the time that we took a rest. It's been a long time that we've been doing this. Got a few friends going that I always miss. And I was there when they lost my grandfather. Felt like I should have cried, but my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. Plus, I got my mama's pride. We gon' make it through the days, we gon' be alright. Trying to learn from life's lessons, especially from the losses. Gotta respect the process. You know, you just another call. Get crucified, burned alive, stronger power. You don't play your part. Play along. Tell me who wins the game if in the end all the players are gone. Losers always say they right, even when they know they wrong. The only real mistake is not learning from your mistakes, though. Like the face of a clown, the smiles of frowns. Sometimes you gotta paint them on. Split the crow's tongue so we can sing a song. Laying on my back, trying to count the stars. Something about the night sky.
Here's the issue, bro. Every fucking image you freeze to show me has my eyes clamped shut at a weird angle my eyes don't sit at. You're using the face at, yep, keep it up. Dump, 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 dump. You're doing it right now. I'm looking directly at the screen, watching my eyes go click, 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 click. I'm looking directly at it, bro. You're not gonna play no psyops over here. You're a pussy on the roof is all you are. You're gonna get hurt on it.
You need to relax.
If I released Bryson in here, you would die up there. That's how close you are.
Like a phoenix from the ashes, like they said I never do. The ones always talking never got a clue. Who the fuck am I? Nah. Who the fuck is you? Right up on my thugs. We just trying to get this money. You can put that on me and keep the artillery. If they cross me, then it's alright.
And I just said this idiot's not gonna leave us alone. The rest of he's gonna be on us all fucking night. I literally just said that. What's it? Self-righteous pedophile. Okay, bro.
She don't see me, she cry when they talk about the boy on TV. Wake up some mornings and I don't want a baby. They say the criminal or gangster is all you ever be. Like there's nothing positive in me. I'm positive you're not getting rid of me, at least not that easily. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. Somebody wanna see, yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. This ain't what you wanna see. I just wake up and crush the day. Yeah. They say home is where the heart is. But back home I was living heartless. We all hard-headed trying to prove whose head's the hardest. If thugging was an art, you could consider me an artiste. Most my friends grew up not knowing who their father is. Nothing in their fridge. You can see their ribs. Yep, this is how we live. Coming from a place that had nothing left to give, nothing left to take. There's nothing on the plate, but I'm dreaming of a steak. Everything is stake. I gamble with my life. Either 5 stars or behind bars. Lock the jaws. We holding on. Hope we'll pass it on. Cause I feel pain too. What I've been through ain't what you've been through. But I feel you, yeah, it's true. Everything outside your window waiting to kill you. You think you know, but you ain't got a clue. Hear me, young Sherlock. Ain't no such thing as a sure shot. It's a cold block. And I just want what you got. It's real talk. Don't make a scene, just give it up. It's how it is. Where the fuck I'm from. Where the fuck I'm from. Where the the fuck I'm from. Yeah. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people I'ma serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. Somebody wanna see, yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people I'ma serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. This ain't what he wanna see. Just wake up and crush the day. Yeah. Yeah. Get it, yeah. You need to relax, surface. I don't need no feedback. I'm trying to put my seat back. Don't worry about that other shit. They'll never get it back. Rise like a phoenix from the ashes, like they said I never do. The ones always talking never got a clue. Where the fuck am I now? Who the fuck is you? Riding with my dogs. We just trying to get this money. You can put that on me and keep the artillery. If they cross me, then it's R.I.P. It's for my real thugs. The ones that squeeze the door and then bleed just to smell the rosebud. In the search of finer things, maybe God will notice me if I blend. That's what it sound like when the pistol sing. Mama checking the obituaries, hoping she don't see me. She cry when they talking about her on TV. Wake up some mornings and I don't want a baby. Say the criminal or gangster is all you ever be. Like there's nothing positive in me. I am positive you're not getting rid of me, at least not that easily. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people I'ma serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. Somebody wanna see, yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people I'ma serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. This ain't what he wanna see. I just wake up and crush the day. Yeah. They say home is where the heart is, but back home I was living heartless. We all hard-headed, trying to prove whose head's the hardest. If thugging was an art, you could consider me an artiste. Most of my friends grew up not knowing who their father is. Nothing in their fridge, you can see they ribs. Yep, this is how we live. Coming from a place that had nothing left to give, nothing left to take. There's nothing on the plate, but I'm dreaming of a steak. Everything at stake, I gamble with my life. Either 5 stars or a high bar. Love the job, we holding on.
Getting to your destination because everything is moving very nicely. But if you're currently on eastbound Highway 7, there's no access to the southbound 47. We've got rules around to Carolina Mission Center, of course, on C. Northbound J, the road to northbound 400, shut down for long-term construction. And Dixon Road is closed both ways, eastern going north, between Campbell Road and Riverview Heights. That's where the ongoing police investigation. Your next short report is coming up at 9:41. There's the food task force, Jason Fraser. Downtown Toronto, people out at 12 degrees, feeling like 2. Similar conditions in Toronto, here's about 4 degrees, feeling like 1. 680 news time, 9:32.
Toronto police are investigating after a fatal shooting in Etobicoke tonight. Constable David Hopkinson says the call came in just before 5:45 this evening near New York and the Westway.
We responded to a call for a shooting. We had multiple calls, and this was near Talon Road and Treehorn Drive. We were informed that 2 men were in a car, and both of them had been shot.
Hopkinson says witnesses attempted to perform CPR on one of the victims. However, he succumbed to his injuries while on the way to hospital.
The other victim was also taken to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Witnesses say 2 male suspects were seen fleeing the scene in a car that was later involved in a crash nearby. They then took off on foot. East and westbound Dixon is closed east of Royal York Road from Kent Royal to Riverview Heights. The homicide unit has now taken over the investigation.
You're listening to All News Radio 680.
They found loaded firearms in the abandoned car that had the car crash. Oh, yeah, it's one step after another. Got away in a car, had a car crash, ran from the car, left the guns in the car. Oh, yeah, Toronto story. I told you I had to let them tell you. I have to let them tell you.
Tells us the opposition is criticizing the Ford government for not acting sooner.
The province didn't provide updated COVID-19 figures on Good Friday, with it being a holiday, but today Ontario reports 3,089 new cases on Friday, 3,009 today, marking the largest single-day case count
I forgot about the idea that it was 2 days in a row. I should have guessed 2,900 again.
Emergency break for at least 4 weeks, but officials like MPP and
it was a radio contest. How close would you have to get as close as possible without going over?
Officials wanted to see.
Basically, the government put forward measures.
I said 2,900. I bet people thought I was crazy. 7 or 10 days in a row, average of 2,000. That's 2,900. This close to 3,000. It was this close over 3,000.
Minister Christine Elliott said, on top of the shutdown, the province continues to take additional measures to ensure the health and safety.
It was funny because I also said watch for 2 weeks from now. I didn't think it would start immediately, but apparently
targeted supports to communities hardest hit by COVID-19. I'm Madison Fitzpatrick.
And hospitalizations have also reached a pandemic high, with 447 people now in the ICU battling COVID-19. Now, as 680's Michelle Morton tells us, the Ontario Hospital Association is pleading with the public to go above and beyond the restrictions in place. Warning in a matter of weeks, they could run out of space for new patients.
OHA President Anthony Dale says in an ideal world, the association would redeploy the province's vaccine strategy.
Bulldoze vaccines into the communities where we know COVID-19 is out of control.
You say frappe every time. You get desensitized to certain words. You're frappe every time you're in the coffee shop. That means like that, eh?
With these public health measures important,
they are focusing on the turns into coffee
areas where the growth of COVID-19 is out of control.
Maybe people have some sort of childhood thing you didn't do.
The hospitals of Ontario are begging you for help.
I mean, this is basically a sippy cup. Look at it. It's a sippy cup. What is it? It just needs the stupid little piece sticking out. The only reason it doesn't have it is because I can see the hole. Little kids ain't smart enough to figure that part out. They just go all the way around. That's a sippy cup. Tell me that's not. It's even the same form factor.
Access to intensive care units. Full stop.
If you have plans for Easter dinner or
the viewer in space in an escape pod just floating. You don't even know how much time's gone by. And you saw a monolith coming at you out of the darkness, and it was shaped like this. You would have good thoughts, even if it was a bad thing.
It is promising. 680's Martin McVan tells us Pfizer says its shot was
Tim Horton, are you here to save me?
Effective on those aged 12 to 15.
The trial involved nearly 2,300 kids, and of those who received the Pfizer shot, none developed COVID-19.
Look at sickle cell. Why not banana cell or boomerang cell?
U.S.-based infectious disease Dr. Susanna Nagy is
string beans sort of been like that.
For a trial and speaks to the importance of
sickle.
kids
You're
getting
telling
vaccinated.
There's a great opportunity for them
you're going to need to carry something sharp to survive this.
Accelerate the development for the appropriate dose in children. Because we really need to get this out to our kids.
While kids have generally fared better than older groups when it comes to this virus, experts say vaccinating children will be an important part of getting.
Seriously, we look at the end of the battery and tell you how old it is. It's because it's stamped on the end.
9:37.
Dozens
of people gathered near St. Clair West and Bathurst this afternoon for a protest against Starlight Developments.
The demonstration was run by part organized. Ashley Doherty, a member of the group, says they're attempting
They're going to find you floating off Sunnyside Beach covered in jellyfish.
Named Jacqueline.
You got these things called lampreys in the lake. We're not one to be afraid of animals or fish. Take everything you know about fish and twist it around a bit. This thing is like a snake, like a eel, and its mouth is like a funnel of teeth. Just teeth. And it swims around like that. It's just a mouth. We got those in the lake. And that's why they don't recover your stolen vehicles off the bluffs. That's why.
Easter weekend drive-through food
things
trucks
going in that lake.
The number of Torontonians relying on food banks has risen from about 60,000 per month to 110,000.
And the city's response is to kick all the homeless people out of the parks.
And he says this food drive is needed now more than ever.
08-2024, August 2024. Really, think of the last of them.
need, not only by dropping off food, but by making donations to the Daily Bread food
I
bank.
didn't know. I've had the same remote control batteries for 2
He
years.
says during the pandemic, approximately 20% of food bank users will go without a meal for an entire day.
How about the other scales, 2015? They're still running on the original battery. That's actually one of the things I wanted to do. Put new batteries in there, take those ones out.
Challenges that we have that needs to be addressed.
The goal for this food drive is to raise 25,000 pounds of food, which will then go toward the overall spring campaign of 225,000 pounds by the end of the month. I'm Julia Rimasi.
And a Mississauga tennis star has lost the Miami Open.
Mississauga's Bianca Andreescu was looking for her third career WTA 1000 title today in the final of the Miami Open against world number 1 Ash Barty. Unfortunately, the 8th-seeded Andreescu stumbled and injured her foot in the second set, already down a set, and ultimately had to retire from the match, losing 6-3 for love. The 20-year-old Canadian has been plagued by injuries recently. This was her first tournament in the United States since she won the U.S. Open.
You have a funny accent with your sign language. Yeah, I smoke cigarettes and weed at the same time.
You need to relax, shut up, bitch. I don't need no feedback. I'm trying to put my seat back. Don't worry about that other shit. They'll never get it back. Rise like a phoenix from the ashes, like they said I never do. The ones always talking never got a clue. Who the fuck am I now? Who the fuck is you? Right up with my thugs. We just trying to get this money. You can put that on me and keep the artillery. If they cross me, then it's R.I.P. It's for my real thugs. The ones that squeeze the thorn and bleed just to smell the rosebud. In the search of finer things, maybe God will notice me if I blink. That's what it sounds like when the pistol sing. Mama checking the obituaries, hoping she don't see me. She cry when they talk about the boy on TV. Wake up some mornings and I don't want to be me. Say the criminal or gangster, it's all it ever be. Like there's nothing positive in me. I am positive you're not getting rid of me, at least not that easily. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell God to look away. Somebody wanna see it, yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell God to look away. This ain't what they wanna see. I just wake up and crush the day. Yeah, they say home is where the heart is, but back home I was living heartless. We all hard-headed, trying to prove whose head's the hardest. If thugging was an art, you could consider me an artiste. Most my friends grew up not knowing who their father is. Nothing in their fridge, you can see their ribs. Yep, this is how we live. Coming from a place that had nothing left to give, nothing left to take. There's nothing.
One bad thing about this, it takes disposable batteries. The only bad thing.
I gamble with my life, either 5 stars or
charge
high
your
bars. Lock the jaws, we holding on. Pump up, pass it on, cause I'm paid to. What I've been through ain't what you've been through, but I feel you, yeah, it's true. Everything outside your window waiting to kill you. You think you know, but you ain't got a clue. Hear me, young Sherlock. Ain't no such thing as a sure shot. It's a cold block, and I just want what you got. It's real talk. Don't make a scene, just give it up. That's how it is. Where the fuck I'm from? Where the fuck I'm from? Where the fuck I'm from? I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell God to look away. Somebody wanna see it, yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell God to look away. This ain't what you wanna see. I just wake up and crush the day, yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. And the rush to get paid, tell God to look away. Somebody wanna see it, yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day. And the rush to get paid, tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day. And the rush to
Grandissima. You think I'm rude to make fun of somebody's name like that? No. We don't even talk about that drug no more. That was the wonder drug. It was going to save us all. He told us.
tonight. No, not tonight. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. Die, die. I'm walking away. Nobody survives. No, not tonight. No, not tonight. Kicking it with a quickness, like fitness. I rip this. How in the world did I spit this? I think I need a witness. You know I really get this. I get this. I get pissed. They throw shade. I get this. These rappers be on my shit list. Killing them on the track. I be killing them with the flow. I be killing them cause they back. Hitting them with that fatal blow. I be killing them with the facts. And you already know. I'm sure these busters what they lack. And I be hitting them with some more. Not like these other DGs. I'm an endangered species. You rappers all like PCs. You soft just like some kikis. I'm high and you beneath me. Salute is how they greet me. Don't like me so defeat me. Don't like me so delete me. Keep pulling my Indians. Counseling, begging up and out again.
I suggest you comply to the ask you politely.
Talking out their mouth and shit. Say I want them out the shit. But I be about the shit, bitch. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. Die, die. I'm walking away. Nobody survives. No, not tonight. No, not tonight. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. Die, die. I'm walking away. Nobody survives. No, not tonight. No, not tonight. It's coming for me. Yo, yeah, no. I'm down to waste of time. There's only one way you want to go. Grab your pistols, bring the book across. We be burning it up. The prairie fire that started to be enlarged. The large state of where the flow bigger than most. Once again, my pause on the microphone and crush Joe. Stop a motherfucker with rhymes. While the joke on his own bars. Mother rapping is whacking at half. Rappers and tracks still know nothing about it. I'm not beating the fucking tracks. Hit the dislike button. Press the button. Bitch, you about to get it. But I kinda want to rip and scratch your feet off the record. I'm relentless and reckless. Immature, so neglected. Addicted to the party. I don't need no intervention. The bitch is pathetic. I'm sending a message. You ready to get with it? The mission is simple. We finish the bottle. Get ready to die. The more you know we're with it. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. Die, die. I'm walking away. Nobody survives. No, not tonight. No, not tonight. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. Die, die. I'm walking away. Nobody survives. No, not tonight. No, not tonight.
I stay as crooked as these cops is. Cut your eye when I walked in. Yeah, it's your law. I'm used to them watching. That's how I do it. Cut him so quick, but his blood drips. It's still blue fluid. Nah, I'm not new to this. Down to die tonight. Down to ride tonight. When they kill me, I'll probably have a pocket full of China white. Chopping in that back lane. Carry so much weight. I got back pains. Fish scale like I've been hunting mermaids. Full clip to the face. Send your brains to outer space. His body full of worms. When it's my turn, I'm down to burn. Catch the hellfire from the pistol. Everything in this life is earned. If you a piece of shit like me, ain't nobody gonna miss you, that's for sure. Ain't no surviving this. I'm putting holes where his vital organs is. It's that dog shit, flags in the sky when we bumping this.
I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. Die, die. I'm walking away. Nobody survives. No, not tonight. No,